Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, actually I have 3 articles, but in this video I will show you, or I would like to show you, how some forces, and you can guess who or what the forces are, try to get the Western world in a maybe nuclear war or something close, total destruction, Second World War kind of, First World War. And I will show you by how these guys are portraying certain events and certain people. First, CNN, Putin didn't budge in Ukraine peace talks. Now, Donald Trump may be forced to act. So what are these imbeciles from CNN talking about? This Matthew Chance. I will show you who this Matthew Chance is. He's saying that Putin did not yield, right, in Ukraine peace talks. That means he didn't do what he was told to do, or he did not agree with the terms issued by the losing side. So these guys from CNN, this analyst, a senior analyst, Matthew Chance, British, I don't know how, but anyway, he is saying that Putin, who on the territory, he's kind of advancing. I haven't heard Ukraine liberating a town in, I don't know, years. So the Ukrainians are losing, the West is losing, the Russians are advancing. And he's telling me that Putin did not budge in Ukraine peace talks. Why would he? He thinks he's winning, isn't he? Look on the territory. That's the first one. And then he says, now, not tomorrow, now Donald Trump may be forced to act. So we always react to things. Got it? We react. We are forced. We are in self-defense, like Israel, always. We're all defending our, whatever we have. We never attack. We're the how is that, gentle giant or something? That's how we are. We are not the bullies. We can smack everybody, but we choose not to do. But everybody pokes us. All the ends are biting us, and we're just like, we just react. This is what Matthew wants you to believe. Not saying, well, Putin did not have any reason to budge anyway because he's winning. And the second one, forced to act. What do you mean? Do you mean like attack Russia? Do you mean like sanctions? So who is this guy working for? Whom exactly? Not CNN. CNN is not in charge. CNN is just the media, the medium, through which those guys tell you and us what to think, how to think. The narrative. The matrix is behind all of that. It's created by the media partly. So again, Trump is maybe forced to act. You make me smack you. Really? Do you know how the war started? Do you remember 2014? Do you remember the 1991? Remember that one? No? Okay, so someone else reacted and now you react to that person's reaction. But your action, initial action, was NATO's, the military arm of the same interest, 1991 lie. NATO expansion east, 1 inch eastward, never, 0. And they lied, at least 5 times. The enlargement, expansion of NATO towards our enemy. But the enemy has, how do you call that? Imperialistic views and tendencies. So Russia, who's not advancing west, now is advancing, not NATO advancing towards Russia. No. Russia is threatening us. We don't threaten Russia whatsoever, but we advance to him like with a knife. You see the knife gets this close, and let's do something else. Maybe it's funnier. All right. So I can't reach you. See how it goes? But if I'm right here, okay? I can't hit you. I can't. If I come closer, you see where that comes over there? You see that? So the same here. I'm coming over. Bang! So, oh my God, the Russians react. No, the Russian says, back the fuck off. You're right over there. Okay? So that's what it is. Thank you for your cooperation again. I can have used something else from the other side, but that was in the range. I didn't have anyone. Anyway, so what do we have here? We react, my friends. We react. No, the Russians reacted to your lie, and now we react to their reaction. Chronology of events, my friends. The root causes. That's the first one. But hey, look at who this Matthew is. Matthew, right here. He's a great analyst, right there. Read full bio. So he's a chief global affairs correspondent. You can read how they made him fantastic. The best thing is at the end of it. At the end, read everything right here. Right there. The last sentence. The very last sentence. We read it together, shall we? Chance is British and attended the University of London, where he earned, pay attention, a Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology and Art from the School of, here it is, Oriental and African Studies. Well, I have a question for the fuck-up Douglas Murray. Can he be a journalist? Can he talk? Can he? That's, remember, that is, let's go back to it. Let's again go back to it. All right. He is an analyst, but his credentials are archaeology. A bone, honey. Stick it in your okay. And African studies, Oriental. So Douglas Murray, you baboon. Is this guy allowed to ask questions? Is he allowed to have opinions? Because he has opinions over there. In the title, that's a spin. Okay, done with that? All right, let's go to the next one. We got our friends from HuffPost. Huff, puff, 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 puff. Fox News star taunts Trump over his claim about Volodymyr Zelensky. This article has to do with building Volodymyr Zelensky. This one and the next one. And this is the same guy, the guy called Hume. I will show you who Hume from Fox News is. And I will tell you how I saw Hume and where. All right. So this guy, the American, instead of sticking with Trump, he sticks with the guy from Ukraine, the Jewish guy from Ukraine. The prominent pundit, he's prominent, now they like him, okay? Before they don't, this HuffPost. The liberal guys now they like him because he says what they want him to say. For the conservative channel, didn't forget what Trump said to the Ukrainian leader. He's Jewish, what the fuck, I know, Ukrainian. I'm Zimbabwean. And he zinged him for it. Okay, let's see. Fox News bricked Hume, I will show you, scorched President Donald Trump on Monday for previously telling Ukrainian president that he had no cards to play against Russia. A recent Ukrainian drone attack that has been called Russia's Pearl Harbor, that means they can nuke you, so keep that a little bit lower. Again, they push for it. They push for what? For force to act. So they say Russia's Pearl Harbor, that means the Russians will use something so we can react again. See? Penetrated deep into the aggressing nation and destroyed a chunk of President Vladimir Putin's air arsenal. Because that's Putin's personal, not Russia's. Okay. So this person said like this, Shannon Bream asked the conservative channel's chief political analyst about the embarrassment and losses that Ukraine inflict on Russia. Correct. Whose unprovoked invasion began in the war more than 3 years ago. So you got here, unprovoked. So these guys are lying. But anyway, let's move on. And this is what he says. Hume is this guy right here. All right, let's go. It certainly does, that's how he speaks, it certainly does establish that this country, whose president was being told at the White House that he didn't have any cards to play, that he apparently has quite a few cards to play, including this daring attack, Hume said on special report. So this guy right here, who's worth $14 million, okay, is making news for you and I. Why? Good actor. I saw him. He says, you know what? He said, I have a few cards too. Yeah. You know why? Because the Westerners have a few cards, not Zelensky. Zelensky is the finger. All right, the gun, the nerves, the arm, the muscles, everything, the blood, the brain, the neurons are the West. He's just this. So this is not the card. If I want this to stick it in my ass, no. Okay, then, okay, I can do that. The same here. So this has no cards, okay? If I want to poke you in the nose right now, I can do that. So here you have Hume. Hume right there, professional. He's a journalist. 1943, age 81, $14 million. No problem with that. I have no problem with that. He's Christian and he's married. Okay, so my point with this is, I have one more article after this. Let me tell you about Hume, who speaks like that. I saw him for the first time when he was invited by Tucker Carlson. When he had the Tucker Carlson Tonight or whatever it was. I have something here. Okay. All right. So that was the first time, and I was like, no, guy, no. With some, Tucker invited him, but Hume was saying certain things like, no. That was before I started making these things. That was one of the tiny reasons why I did this. I do these kind of things because I said, no. That guy is no. What is he talking about? No. But he's on Fox, and I'm watching it. I'm watching because I watched Tucker Carlson at that time, to get some information in here and there, because Tucker Carlson went from here to there, and he still has a long way to get to other points. But anyway, it's good. We need people like him. But nevertheless, Hume was invited. And I was like, no, that guy's, no. So I knew the weasel then. He was, Putin, Vladimir Putin, fuck off. Anyway, this is Hume for you. And let me show you how, again, these guys are building up Zelensky. And you wouldn't believe how they portray him to be. How they try to make him appear like. These guys try to make Zelensky as greater than Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great before him, I don't know, Napoleon Bonaparte, I don't know if you want a General Patton, whomever you like, or Mr. what's his name, Zhukov of Russia, if you want, or Attila, or whomever you want. Here he is. He's a Jedi. Did you know that? Opinion. A Return of the Jedi moment. I'm your father. Oh my God. Opinion. Mark Toth and Jonathan Sweet. Now, these are opinion. That means some people are allowed by the heel to tell you imbecilic things. They don't let me tell you imbecilic things. Only those let those guys to tell you imbecilic. I want to say some imbecilic things. Can I? No. Why? Because this is the way these guys are doing it. Are not saying, oh, this is the heel, our journalist, as the other one, Hume, and the other one, Chance. No, just regular people, or I know people who just are correspondents, just contributors. And if they say something wrong, it's not the heel, it's opinion. I mean, free speech, my friends. I want my fucking free speech on the heel, and I can write you the truth. God damn it. So, the Return of the Jedi moment in Ukraine, and I'm gonna show you. Here, this is the Jedi right there. Right there. Cool. The Star Wars theme music. Dun, 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 dun. In Ukraine, we just witnessed an epic real-life fiery version of the Return of the Jedi movie. Oh, I'm your father. Let me show you how it was showed here when I picked it, okay? In my thing. Let's continue the, oh, I'm your father. But remember, they make it as if this guy is a big freaking general. This is what it was. Over there is a video. Here is, sorry, too excited. Right there. It's a picture. Why is a picture? Because you can make it bigger. You see that little arrow, diagonal? Opinion, Return of the Jedi moment. Okay, my friends, they are making up shit. And that always remind me to the book. Should I show it to you? I don't want you to see my balls. I'm going to be like that movie, Horrible Bosses. Remember when the Will Ferrell, whatever, he slides with a big chair and big hat? That's me. You don't see my butt? Good. Can I feature this? This little book, okay? This little book. I'm not promoting it whatsoever. I'm not promoting it, okay? Just so you know. So this book that I don't promote. I read it when I was it's in Romanian. I read about, smells like, and it's yellow. Smells like, how do you call that? Smoke, because my father was smoking. All right. And this is Editura Pacifica, București, 1993. So, when I read this book in the original, whatever, no, I'm sorry, in this form, over there, this guy who lived in Vienna for some time, he said that, when he was over there, he realized that the media can destroy people's reputation in 1 week or build up some fucker's reputation in a week, the same week. And that's true. They built up Zelensky just like this in a week. Everybody rolled red carpets over there and everything else. Why? Well, things must happen. And this is everywhere he is over there. So he said they can build it, they can make the mass media, can make the most important issue of the country, turn it into zero, to non-important. They just eliminate it. Or they can make it from the most unimportant to the, oh my God, we all have to make sure that the trans have rights. All right? They make it from the lowest, where are you? The lowest to the biggest, and to the biggest to the lowest, if they want. And the same thing, Zelensky now is a Jedi, my God damn it. And Trump has to react, we react, and the other one was Hume. Zelensky has some cards. What the fuck cards he's got? Given by whom? Jesus Christ. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Remember, I don't promote that book, but knowledge is needed. And always go to the source. Always go to the source. Remember, someone said, I can't remember who said that, but maybe you remind me. In order to love something, you must respect. And in order to respect, first you have to know. Who was that? So the same here, my friends. In order to love something, you have to respect it first. In order to respect it, you have to know it first. So in order to get information to like something, you have to know as much as you can. Pro and cons, because nobody, except Zelensky and others like him, are, the most virtuous, perfect, little chosen lovers. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.